And Quantum Mary, we're back at you again. Now speaking to my guys here in this particular video in regards to a critical piece of clothing or an article, an accessory that us guys all wear. There's one piece that most of us fail to not recognize. We're seeing this all around the masses of the populace, but we're not saying anything about it. But those who know, they know. We're going to take this moment in time to point out a couple of things you can do to improve your dress game. And it begins with what we all wear as men, belts. We're going to hit this really hard. All right. Roll the intro. Let's go. All right, men, here you have it. This is a very small collection of my belt wear that I've had for quite some time. I'm only utilizing and showing you this as a result of long-term wear and tear, just to kind of peel in some of the areas of this to elaborate and display how these things wear out. We're going to chop it down from name brand. We're going to chop it down from craftsmanship, materialmanship, all the wonderful things that make a good belt a good belt. So you'll know how to go out there and purchase the right type of belt that means the most to you and actually elicits the right reactions from those who are in the public that will see it. You'll even get compliments with some of this stuff if you follow in Quantum's steps, guidelines, teachings, and tutelage all day long, okay? So here's a good thing. So I want to let you know, rule of thumb, the name brand doesn't really mean much. I'm telling you, I repeat that. That seems to be the going narrative around the dress game world, so to speak, if you want to look at it that way. Doesn't matter where you go, you're seemingly finding a lot of these very high classy items that just don't cut the mustard. They don't meet the requisites of long-term or longevity as it pertains to how you're going to look when you go out and you're going to try your best to dress your best and to, get those looks or whatever have you that you're going for, guys, okay? So we're going to unpack this slowly but surely, but we're going to hit this in the area so you'll know what to do, all right? So let's do this. We're going to start from some of the name brand manufacturers that you know a lot about. Some of these entities you've seen in different types of shoes, whether it be bags, whether it be shirts or clothing or jeans, different types of memorabilia or different types of outerwear, things of that magnitude, hats, gloves, whatever. They all make all this stuff. So my job is to educate you all on how to go out and properly select things that will work. Since I've probably had all of them, I'm only taking a small portion of some of this stuff so you'll see what I mean, okay? Now, let's do this. Let's start with the name that everybody knows around the world, no matter who you are, where you are, what you do for a living, none of that matters, okay? At this point, you all heard of this. I'm talking about the Louis Vuitton brand, okay? You heard of this from the classic or iconic luggage sets back in the early 1900s or whatever have you that people used to carry luggage, and then they moved to certain types of purses for women, certain types of bags or shoulder bags, clutch bags, all these things that the ladies typically utilize today. They are reminiscent. These are the entities that come to mind first when you think of luxury. You think of Louis Vuitton, And, the name speaks volumes. I think their luggage is fabulous, but when it comes to some of the other stuff that they make, not so much, okay? Here's a prime example of what I'm talking about, all right? Just so you know, quantum is not lying to you. It's not what I hear, it's not what I heard, it's what I know, okay? So I'm only gonna share with you my experiences of the things that I've been able to partake in and utilize. So this is a Louis Vuitton belt, 100% leather, so I thought it was 100% leather the way that they made it. Well, I wanna tell you something. As you can see, I picked this up from, one of the Louis Vuitton partners or whatever have you. And as you can see, it is a Louis Vuitton item. The problem is over time, right? It tended to do this. Now, this is the thing. You see, the paint and all the good stuff begins to wear out over time. On the edges of the product. You can see this, right? There you go. Okay, so you see the edges where it starts to discolor with the paint, okay? Right along the edges, like right along in here, right along in here. This is a problem because you'll see going down the entire length of the belt, you see that? It's not only up to the top, it's all the way down. And this happens as a result of when you wear the pants and your belt goes through the loop. The loop actually rubs against this at the top and the bottom of the loop on your pants or your trousers or whatever you're wearing, okay? I wore this more or less with jeans or denim products. I didn't wear these with dress clothes or anything like that because it would be inappropriate. It doesn't fit the narrative for dress attire, okay? That sartorial thing, but dress doesn't work. This is a more of a casual type of belt, and you wear this with jeans and some type of trouser, some type of chino if you want to rock it that way. I wouldn't, but hey, that's just me. But as you can see, look down this belt. It wore out. And then you see, this is where it actually came to pass in the back. Right down the center of the small of my back, where the back belt loop is, that's where this would come from. So that loop would come right across here, and then that would bunch like this. So when you're sitting down and you're driving or you're sitting in a chair, eating lunch or whatever, this tends to happen at the back of your belt, okay? It bends down like that. That loop pulls on it like this, and then when you stand up, it straightens out. But over time, you can see what it does. You get this bunch effect. Now, it's pretty decent leather on this side of it, you would say. I just don't like how this began to happen. Now, is there a way to get this resurfaced or refinished? Probably. I haven't looked into it. I don't even know if it's worth it, to be totally honest with you. I thought it was a really good belt for the time I had it. I use it. And then here's another thing. They come out now with these belt systems to where you don't pop holes in your belt to tighten it up or whatever have you. They have this belt system with this track type of device that they put on it. And the front of the belt goes through the track, and it basically just locks into this little track that they stitch on the inside of the belt, like right here. And then the track will just lock, and then you just pull it and it lock. It's just click, 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 click. It sounds like that until you hit the release, and then it comes loose, okay? So I don't think, of course, Louis Vuitton makes one like that. I haven't seen one in their shops or their stores or anything like that. That would be new to me if I ever came across one, okay? It would be something I've never seen. But I'm gonna take it in with a grain of salt. One day you just might see it. It's becoming very popular, so I understand. See, if you look now, this is what happens with the loop, with the belt holes. You see, obviously I'm not gonna wear it in this hole because I'm not a big guy. I'm about 200 pounds, about 6 foot. So as you can see, I'm gonna be more in here because 200 pounds, you're gonna be in these areas. If you're about 225 or so, you may be around in here. If you're about 240, you're gonna be here. 260 or so, you're not gonna have that much belt left over if you're using that hole right there. So as you can see, these have never been used. These three, I've never been more than about 215 pounds, 217 at the heaviest I've ever been. But back here, as you can see, this is where the belt actually had the most use. And over time, you're wearing this and it's just wearing out. The belt, the loops and the hole just stretches, and then it does all this stuff. Then it exposes the inside of the belt hole. See that? And then you're dealing with a whole nother problem. See? Let me see if I can focus in on that. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, that part of the belt here, the hole tends to stretch as you wear the belt, okay? That's an issue that I've always tried to tell people about. when you're wearing the belts with holes in them. It'll damage your belt. I advocate against belt holes nowadays. Now, if I see a good belt, I'm not buying a belt, or I'm not purchasing one with belt holes. I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm going with the new system they have. So if I like and they don't have that system, then I'm not interested. It's got to be another system, because I don't want to damage the belt right in the front. It looks terrible when you're wearing it, and all this stuff is visible to people when they walk by. They're like, that's a nice belt, but what'd you do to it? They don't realize that you've had this belt for a number of years. This belt's like 8, 9 years old. I've had it for a long time, okay? Maybe 10 years. Again, for the most part, as you can see, I keep very good care and take very good care of my items. I don't beat them up or dog them out or overstress them to the point to where it's no good. I just maybe need to get this refinished and it'll be back on the game. It's not like it's splitting in half or anything like that. It just needs to be resurfaced and refinished, which I'm sure they can do. I just haven't taken the time to figure out exactly where I would take that to get it done. Maybe some of you guys out there know about where I can do that for this nice belt. I like the belt. It's just, and I'm not going to throw it away. I had a Gucci belt that was similar to this one. Actually had a big gold buckle on it, and it had like a denim and blue type of effect to it. And that thing just completely eradicated itself. Over time, I just threw that belt away. Had it for a long time, about the same amount. I got this belt at the same time, actually. And I just, boom, threw it out. Now, you're gonna notice with this Burberry one, I've actually purchased both of these at the same time, okay? And you're gonna see that this one's in a whole lot better shape. And I also purchased Gucci one at the same time. This one, and that one, and the Gucci one. I got them all together. And only one is basically holding up, so to speak, right now. So I can send him off to the side. Now, let's look at the Gucci belt. Okay, so as you can see, you're gonna have a same type of material with the Gucci belt. Now, the thing about the Gucci belt, right, guys? The buckle, the finish on the buckle, right? This became an issue for me right about here, right? Get that focus back. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. So this became an issue for me, is this buckle. See that? And that's just wear and tear, just putting it on, taking it off. I take it off and it'll drop on something and hit, and then you just start scuffing it up. Again, this could be refinished if I wanted to maintain and keep that buckle. I'm sure I could. It's a really good buckle. The strap, I know I can always, repurpose and advise on these straps. This is not the biggest issue either. But again, you're going to notice a similar effect along the sides of the belt. You start at the edges, for some reason in this leather, it starts to crack and peel and just starts to wither away right here. I'm not sure why that tends to happen, but it is an issue that actually does happen more frequently than I'd like to say. It's an annoying issue, by the way. It's not something that I'm very, very happy about, but it is something that unfortunately I have to deal with as I'm doing this. And I'm only making this video regarding these belts because you can spend a lot on these belts. These belts are not cheap. They're not 30 or 40 bucks, okay? They're not 50 or 60 bucks either. They're high. These belts are very expensive. So you would think with the amount of money you'd spend on these things, they would stand the test of time, right? You think they'd use the best craftsmanship and all that for these high name brand items like the Gucci belts and all that stuff. Not so. Not so at all, guys. I'm going to show you how, okay, in a few minutes. Now, as you can see, it started to do the same thing that the other belt did. Same thing right here in the back where it bunches up with the belt loop and all that stuff. It does this when you sit down or when you drive or all that stuff. And it's going to do the same thing that this one did. And down the line, you're going to notice the same thing on the edge. Just look at that. You can see it all the way down. And then you're going to get to the loops. And then you're going to have more stress because this belt was a little bit finer in terms of materials. This one was a little stiffer. This one was a little finer. But I've wore this belt to death. But I only kept it. I don't wear it any longer. But I kept this just to show, because I knew one day I would have to do a video like this, okay? I wanted my guys out there to understand that Quantum got your back. Not gonna let you go out there and blow your money on some bull crap, okay? We're gonna take our time and find the right thing. Our advanced man, he's gonna be spiffy from head to toe, okay? He's going to hear people shouting for him how dope he looks from a 45-story building. And they're gonna see him from the 45th floor all the way down to the surface level. They'll say, yo, that belt is dope. That's how fly my guys are gonna look. They're gonna see you from way on the 45th floor and yell down to the street and tell you that your belt is dope. Them the kind of guys I'm building. See, that's my community. That's what we're putting together. But that's another story, okay? We're gonna get to that. So as you can see, the Gucci belt didn't fare out much better, okay? When you actually do the long and short of it, it actually came out about a similar situation than the Louis Vuitton. Now let me jump on to this one right here. This is the Burberry belt. Now again, this one was purchased at the same time that these two were, okay? This is one of my favorite belts, and I still wear this one because it is a workhorse, man. This belt will not break down. I'm telling you, I've gotten a lot of wear out of this thing. I love the buckle, nice gold buckle. It has not discolored or anything like that. It doesn't chip or it didn't, you know, it starts chipping away at the finish and none of that. It still shines and glistens, as you can see. Look at that. Look, I love this belt. It's one of my favorite, and it goes with everything. And see, the thing I like about this belt, you see the design? It has that iconic Burberry design in the background of it. Look at that. It's just so beautiful. It's stitched very well on the edges, so it's not going to be your cheap belt. It's going to come apart. Here's what I love about it, okay? You flip it over, it's reversible to black. See that? It's a reversible belt. So if I want to wear this black, I just flip the buckle around, boom. Now I have a black one. Okay, so they actually took the time to embroider this on both sides of the belt. I love that. See, this is beautiful. Good leather, really, really, really nice, fine, does the trick, does the job, okay? Now, as you can see, but I never wear it on the black side. It's always this side for me. Because if I wanted a black one, I just get a black one. I don't like to, you know, flip-flap it like that. But I'm just saying, I appreciate the thought process when it came to giving us an opportunity to have a reversible belt. That's beautiful. As you can see, this belt did not on the sides start cracking or fraying and tattering. You can see it's still pristine on both sides all the way down, okay? One of my favorite things about this belt, it just never breaks down. And the belt holes kind of held up pretty well considering. I do wear it, but again, I don't use these holes in the back, okay? Just the front two are the ones I'm typically utilizing, right? But you can see it held up very well. And all these belts are about 9 or 10 years old. Okay, I've had these belts for a long time. But at the end of the day, they have held the high ground, okay? This Burberry belt is one of my favorites, and it's a go-to. It's a staple in my outer and streetwear. I put this on, boom. And it goes with a lot, believe it or not. So you can rock that belt pretty much whenever you want to look like you got something going on or whatever. That belt really gets attention. That buckle, like I told you, from the 45th floor, they yelled down, yo, what kind of belt is that? I'm like, yeah, man, it's that Burberry. That's what kind of joint that is right there, man. You need to get up on that. Okay, so now these are, like I said, these are expensive belts, but with just the name recognition alone. This is the better of the expensive belts that you say, right? The ones that they want you to believe are expensive and that will last. These are the three that jump out to you the most. But they're not the best quality though. See, here we go. The name has the quality, right? The name, Gucci, Louis, Burberry, right? That's what they tell you. They tell you that these three are the ones that everybody is going to go and buy, which they do because of the name recognition. But guess what? They're not the best quality. So y'all know I'm about to go, right? I'm about to hit y'all with this. So let's jump into the next one. Y'all already know what's up. Let me just flip this around so you can read it. I ain't even gonna tell you the name of it. What's that say? Oh, you guys already know where I'm at with this, man. Come on. Y'all already know where I'm at with it. I ain't even got to say the name. Yo, Bubba, this Coach. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Coach brand over pretty much everything every time. And again, this belt has the same effect, but guess what? It is extremely high quality leather. It is the best pebbled or tumbled leather that you can find, okay? This belt will not quit. It's a tank. It's an Abrams tank. That's what this thing is. It's a warthog. Yeah, you're familiar with U.S. military. But anyway, this belt stands the test of time. And I actually have two different buckles. I have the brass one too. I can actually remove this buckle by taking an item and popping this off. It's pretty hard to do. And I can actually remove the strap and then insert it into the gold one. I have a brass or a gold looking buckle just like this one. It's exactly the same. I've rarely even worn it. I've probably worn that buckle like twice since I've had this belt. This belt is about 8 years old. So all these belts have about the same lifespan on them. About 8 or 9 years old on this one. And here's the funny thing about it. It's gunmetal finish. It is a beautiful belt. As you guys can see, I'm not making this up. You can see the finish. Look at that. It's immaculate, man. Coach don't play around. When they make something, trust me, you're gonna know, because it's gonna really rival whatever else is out there that doesn't have anything dope about it. And here's another thing about this belt, right? Look at this. Booyah! It's reversible. Look at that. And I have the brown side under the bottom. See, again, I can wear this with the brown side if I feel like it, right? This. And I have worn the pebble side a lot. I've worn the black and the brown side a lot. When I'm in a pinch, I need to move real quick and I need a brown. Oh man, I grabbed the wrong belt. Oh, I needed a brown. Oh, you know what? Boom, switch it around. Bam. Now I got this one on. So I do that all the time. This belt does, it sends a message when you wear it. People notice it because when I tuck it through, the belt loop, the belt end goes through here and you can still see the brand name on it. So people really like this belt. I rock this one a lot, okay? Especially when I'm wearing jeans.